Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the first episode of Stock Talk. My name is Julie and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 5 best dividends to buy for 2022. This is probably going to be one of the easiest ways for you to generate a passive income because you do not have to sit there and monitor these stocks on a day-to-day basis. Now, I would suggest that you guys check on the company maybe from time to time, whether it's once a year or twice a year, just to make sure that the foundation is still solid and that the company is still what you had in mind. But other than that, there is no hand holding. Again, you just purchase the stock and you let it sit and you let it do its work for you. Now, depending on which company you are investing in, several different companies have different ways of paying out the dividends. Some paid back in the stock, which means if they pay a dividend instead of getting cash, you would actually get more stocks of the company. Others pay you in cash, and you can set that up front so you can decide whether you want to get the dividends paid in stock or you want to get them paid in cash. Now, me personally, I like to take the cash, and then if the stock dips, I like to add to my positions so I can build a really strong position of the company. And some companies pay you monthly, others will pay you quarterly, and there are a few that only pay once a year or biannually. So, but if you had a stock for each month, and really most companies that pay quarterly, they'll pay you, so they pay you every 3 months. So you really needed just 3 different stocks because they would repeat every 3 months, and you would actually make a monthly income in dividends. And all you would need is 3 different dividend stocks that pay quarterly, and then you would have a monthly income, because if you spread it out to where you have a company that pays you in January, they would also pay you in April and also in July, and then again in October, and then the next company would pay you in February, and then in April, August, and November, and then the last company would pay you in March, in June, and then September and December. So this way you would have a monthly income every month. So that would be great. And I'm going to do another video where I'll show you how much capital you actually need if you wanted to live off dividend stocks. So stay tuned for that video. Now, if you're entirely new to investing, you might not know where to start. So there are a few different brokerage companies that I would like to recommend. I do have them all personally. The first one is Charles Schwab, the second one is TD Ameritrade, and the last one is Webull. Webull is probably going to be one of the most user-friendly apps that's out there, and to make it easier for you guys, I did put a link in the description below, so all you have to do is click onto the link and follow the instructions and then open your account. And I believe you can fund the account with as little as $1, so you could literally start today. And then what I would also suggest is keep contributing to your account, whether it's on a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, or monthly. And don't feel any pressure. You can start with as low as $10. You know, of course, the more the better, but fund your account with as much money as you can. Me personally, what I try to do is anything that I have left over at the end of the month, I take that money and invest it into my stocks. This way I can grow my account and really have a good capital that I can eventually live off my dividends and don't have to do anything else. All right, let's get started and take a look at the stocks. The first stock that I have for you guys is Apollo Commercial Financial Services. The ticker symbol for that is ARI. Now, this company is, as the name says, is in commercial real estate finances, and it operates as a real estate investment trust. Typically, investment trusts, they have to pay 90% of the taxable income to its stockholders. So the dividend will vary. It's not going to be a consistent same dividend. It's going to be basically based on the income of the company. Now, this particular one has a yield of 10.64%, which is on the higher side. And typically I try to stay away from those because I like to go with companies that are more conservative when they pay out dividends. But at this price point of only $13, I think this is a steal. The price target for this stock is $15, so there is not that much growth. However, with the 10% yield, I think this is a great investment. The second stock that I have on my list is Capital Southwest Investment, and the ticker for this one is CSWC. So they're an asset management company, and they've been around since 1961. Now, the current price of this stock is $25 and it has a price target of 26. Current yield is 7.4%. So again, I think if you look at the history of the stock, it has continuously grown. So I think even though the price target is very conservative right now, I think there's definitely room to grow for this stock. Number 3 on my list is UM Holdings Corporation. The ticker symbol for that is UMC, and that is also in the mortgage industry. And this company has been around since 1986, but it just IPO'd last year. So it's fairly new to the stock market, and the price right now is trading under $6. So I think this is definitely a steal. And their current yield is 6.63, which is medium to conservative, but I think there's definitely growth for the stock in the future. The fourth stock on my list is PSXP, which is in the oil industry. PSXP is actually a subsidiary to PSX, and that stock currently runs around $72 with a yield of 5%. So if you look at PSXP, you'll see the price is about half, which is $36. However, the yield is almost doubled at 9%. In my opinion, that's a much better buy. If you take a look at the history of the dividend, you can see that for the last 8 years or so, they have increased the dividends. And the current price target for the stock is $39.50, so you still have a little bit of upside there as well. But again, with any of the stocks that I mentioned today, if you ask me, I'd rather have my money in the stocks and earn a monthly or quarterly dividend than having my money sitting in a savings account with my bank and not earning any interest. So even if the stocks themselves don't move that much, at least we get paid in dividends, and that makes a difference. And the last stock on my list is VGR, which is in the tobacco and real estate sector. Now this one just had a huge price drop. It was just closing over $17 the other day, and then the next morning it opened at $11. So I think this is definitely a steal at this price point. And the price target for this one is $17.50. So there's definitely some upside here. Now the reason why it had such a drastic drop is because there was a spin-off. So there was actually a spin-off to Douglas Elliman. So the shareholders of VGR received shares of the spin-off, so the value of their stock is actually equivalent to what they owned. So they have not taken a loss, even though it seems that way because it had this drastic drop. But that is good for new investors if they're trying to get into the stock. So these are the 5 picks that I have for today. These are great stocks if you're just starting to invest and you're looking for low price stocks. And you guys, this is no financial advice, so please be sure that you do your own research on any of the companies that I mentioned in the video. I hope you guys get something out of this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and please consider subscribing to my channel.